One. All right. Hello, everybody. We are live with
Hello.
episode 10 of Cold Iron. Can you believe it? We are in episode 10. That is crazy. Crazy. We've got a full house today, as they say in the cowboy business, which is great. All my players are here. We've got our beloved Jess / Walker back, which is excellent. She missed all the licking, so hopefully she can get caught up on her licking science this time. No real announcements today. Thanks for everyone who tuned in to our episode on Saturday. We had a pretty good turnout thanks to our raffle, and I'm experiencing internet problems right now, so if it's really choppy, if you can let me know in the chat, that would be really great. Yeah, my internet is all over the place. All right. Where we left off. Can one of my players, give a rundown of where we left off? The last few things that they remember. I just need to fix something over here. Who looks like they've got the best memory? Ruby Eye, can you give me a bit of a rundown of what happened?
I can attempt to, but I've got a serious case of mom brain and lack of sleep. There were elves that attacked the train. They were riding snow ostriches of a sort. We were all separated and things happen. We're trying to connect, but we're running into some elves, and some elves are being destroyed, some people are being destroyed. And now there are mammoths coming out of the forest, I think, is our biggest concern.
I think that's a pretty succinct recap. That was pretty good.
Yeah, the mammoth coming out, it had a big log held in its I want to say beak, which is not the right word, in its trunk, ready to jam.
The mammoth beak.
Yes, a mammoth beak. But as all right, I think we need to. We're getting like some real crappy lag right now, so I think I'm gonna stop the stream, reset my internet, and we'll be right back. Because if it's not easy to watch or hear, then it's not going to be any fun for anyone. So please hold on, and we'll be back in like 5-minute stops. I think we're back, and I think my internet has stopped being a big baby about things. I do need to quickly rearrange some names. But yes,
or we could just play as each other for a while.
I'm Luna, yeah! Candy cane, magic science.
I like steak and killing animals.
Oh, weird. It was only Walker and Lunabelle that switched places. It's meant to be. Yes, so as Ruby Eye had said, your train had been ambushed by a bunch of wild elves riding on axe beaks, large birds, bigger than, I think, a chocobo kind of thing.
Or an ostrich if you aren't super cool and know what Final Fantasy is.
Right. But sturdier than an ostrich, built for a rider. And then a large axe-like beak, hence the name. So, and where we left off, at the very top of the round, I said that the mammoth came clear of the woods, knocking trees and things out of the way, and charging with a large log in its trunk, charging towards the train with what seems to be wicked inclinations to perhaps derail or do something to the train. As you are all, who's looking out the window right now? I guess the only person, or looking out a door, the last person to look out was Anna? No.
Probably.
Yeah. So Anna, as you watch, out of the woods just to the side of the mammoth, on horseback, a horse you recognize as Walnut, comes Walker, bow in hand, charging up beside the mammoth as it approaches the train. And we are going to start at the top of the round. Walker, you have been following along with this warband for the better part of the morning, tracking them and following them to their destination, which you now discover is the train. Up beside you is a several of the elves have noticed that you are there, and they ride up beside you, short swords out, attempting to try and knock you off your horse. That's looking like a miss. A 12?
Misses.
And that's worse, so that misses too.
Yeah.
They're swinging wildly at you as you seem to be heading to veer off their war machine, basically. So that brings us actually to Walker's turn. So this mammoth is huge. It's bigger even than the one that you saw in the woods before. It's covered in fur, and there is a rider on top. No saddle, just gripping the fur around its neck.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
So I have my longbow out, and I'm like riding on this horse.
Yeah.
This is something I can do as a ranger. And I'm taking aim at the dude on top of the mammoth.
Okay.
And that is not good. That is a 12 to hit.
That is exactly what you need. They are wearing like very little armor, basic leather armor, hide armor. Yeah, so you fire an arrow at this person. Roll your damage.
Okay, that is That is 10 piercing damage. And I'm going to mark that dude as my prey. Does that count?
Mark him as your prey?
Oh, maybe it's only creatures, so it's like animals.
Is
so
this a Monster Hunter thing?
Yeah, this is a new Monster Hunter thing.
All right, I will have to look that up.
It says you designate. Why did this?
If it just says creature, then it's anything.
Okay, so then I think it is. I think it's good. So basically, it says Slayer's Prey. You can focus your ire and foe on one foe. As a bonus action, you declare one creature you see within 60 feet. Am I within 60 feet?
Yeah.
Okay. So he takes an extra 1d6 damage. One extra point.
You know, 11 damage is exactly how many hit points he had. So he gets skewered through the side by this longbow. It's a longbow, right?
Yeah.
By this longbow arrow, and you lose track of where he is because he flies off the side of the mammoth and lands in the snow and rolls dead, blood kind of spurting as he goes. The mammoth lets out a roar, a trumpet, and sort of rears back a bit, dropping the log, and at least one elf on Axebeak slams into the side of it as it stops and falls off into the snow. The mammoth starts to turn and starts running sort of along the side of the train. Yeah, what is mammoth movement again? They're pretty fast, 40 feet. Yeah, okay. So yeah, it starts weaving around a bit, getting sometimes very close to the side of the train and sometimes not. But yeah, it's kind of freaking out. All right, now we're on to the elves that are in the train. We'll start with the ones in the observation car. Two of them, there's only a narrow walkway down the middle of this kind of thing with seats on all sides, and there are people poking their heads out, looking out from underneath the seating, hiding, but there is there are a couple of passengers that have swords at their throats further on, while there's one that's standing right in front of you is sort of coming towards you. So he pulls out a curved blade with a wooden handle and takes some swings at you.
Yo, fam, I think the stream's down.
Yeah.
Yeah, my internet's acting super strange again. You guys are not choppy on the on Zoom. I'm not sure what's going on. I think we're just gonna power through because we're still recording, so you know.
Okay.
Hopefully it comes back.
How close is the nearest elf to me?
He's right in front of you, and he's about to take a swing with a natural 20.
Well, did you just say what I think you said?
Yes, he got a crit on you.
Lovely.
So you take 11 points of slashing damage. Was there something you wanted to do? Reaction or something?
Yeah, I was gonna swing my warhammer at him, two-handed.
All right. Well, it's not your turn yet.
Yep. But so I guess I was gonna dodge, or I was actually thinking of disengaging. And
you won't be able to do
leaving,
any
but
of those things until your turn comes up, which is
right
near the. You're coming up next, but they get their attacks first.
Yeah. So no, there's nothing I'm going to do other than, I guess, stand ready.
All right, and then he'll take another swing at you with the scimitar. This time is a miss.
Yay!
The other elf bandits are grabbing onto whoever they can and threatening them. A lot of them look like they're ready to just stab some innocent people. This bandit that's moving towards you looks you in the eye and says, This place is filled with corruption. We need to cleanse it. All right, Ruby Eye, it's your turn.
So, definitely gonna retaliate at the guy who injured me. So, gonna swing my warhammer two-handed at him.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna roll that properly. That's an 18.
That's a hit.
Yep. Okay, and then I am going to. That is a 6 damage.
6 damage towards him? Okay.
Yep.
All right. You swing the hammer down. And, yeah, this elf, they're not, again, this one is a little more armored, but definitely feels the impact of the hammer as it slams into it. Anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
I assume I've created some space for myself with that. Any chance I can back out of the car and close the door?
You can disengage.
Or
you
can
can't
I
disengage. You will just move. You can move, but you'll get an attack of opportunity potentially.
Yeah, I'll disengage then for now.
Okay. So as you move back, they take a swing.
Yeah.
That's another natural 20. It's going to be that kind of game, apparently.
Seriously.
And that's another 11 points of damage.
All right.
Cool. Sorry, I'm getting all kinds of messages about lag and everything from everywhere. Okay, so next up is Luna. Oh, so Ruby, you're moving out of the car and
Yeah.
Getting in behind,
Back.
closing the door. Okay.
Correct. Yeah, back towards the day car.
Luna, you are in the private sleeper with Sierra, still under her arm.
Living my best life. Are there still elves in this sleeper? I think there were, right?
There are 3. And as you watch, your new acquaintance, Nigel, stumbles out of his room to see what's going on, and is immediately grabbed by one of the elves further in, and has a short sword pointed at his throat.
Nigel the politician. We have to save him. My problem is I can't. I can't do range stuff, right? Because they're too close. Is that a thing?
Can't do ranged stuff. You could do ranged stuff at disadvantage.
Yeah. Oh, I was doing touchy stuff so as not to screw that up. Okay, so I'm going to reach for the one that's grabbing our good friend Nigel, and I'm going to shocking grasp him.
All right.
Which I have to roll to hit because it's like melee because it's touch. Oh, that's a 9.
That is a miss, unfortunately. So as you reach out and your hand crackles with energy, the elf with its unnatural grace just slips out of the way, narrowly avoiding you grabbing onto it. Anything else you'd like to do?
No. Bye. See you soon.
Did we? Uh-oh.
Oh.
What?
Now what?
Oh, you're back! Yay!
Oh, did I go missing or something? Or
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
You did this. Watch.
Well, obviously there's a ghost in the machine over here or something. But all right, Luna. Was there anything else you wanted to do? There wasn't, right?
Nope, I'm done.
Okay. Sierra.
Yeah. Let's hit this elf with my rapier. Step. Okay. 1 second. You take... Nat 20.
Right.
Yay.
So double up your dice and roll them.
Oh shit. And do I add the bonus twice?
No, just once for the bonus.
Oh darn. Plus 20.
20 damage.
Yeah.
All right. And sorry, this was with your saber?
Yes.
So you thrust forward with it, still carrying your gnome friend under one arm, and as you pull back the blood-slicked blade, the elf collapses to the ground in the very narrow hallway of the sleeper car.
And it takes some of that blood and like smear it on my face.
Okay, gross. So, anything else you'd like to do? Apart
No,
from
that's good.
be creepy. All right, it's Noodle's turn now.
Noodle! What up, bro? Noodle can't breathe fire right now because he will set everyone on fire, and that would be unfortunate. So Noodle is going to. Train's still moving, right? Train didn't stop. Train's still chugging along.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Noodle is going to. Is there a window? Can he look out the window?
Yep.
Noodle is going to look out the window, and should any other elves or giant mammoths or anything else scary approach the car, he's going to breathe fire at it.
Okay. The window is closed.
Oh, and he can't open the window. He's not going to do that.
Okay.
He realizes, gosh, that was a great idea if the window had only been open, and is just going to sit at the window and hold his help action.
All right, sounds good. Who's he gonna help?
Nigel. If something goes to attack Nigel, or Nigel attacks something, he's gonna help him.
No.
Okay.
Is that a thing?
So you're using the help action against the elf that has Nigel.
Yeah, kind of like if the elf goes to split his throat, Noodle's gonna get in there and be like with his little paper wings.
Okay. So what we'll do is actually we'll call that a hinder action. You'll give the elf disadvantage on their attack against him. Sound good?
That's exactly what I wanted.
Okay. That brings us to Anna.
Okay. I am gonna turn around and ask Sneer how the bomb is going.
Yeah, it's close enough, I think. I just gotta put the fuse in.
Okay. We'll do it quick. I gotta take it to the mammoth.
I've literally built a bomb in like 18 seconds, so hold your horses.
Lovelace is in a different car.
I don't know what you're talking about. And he goes back to trying to get like the fuse into the canister that he's built.
What do I see around me?
There's a few puncture holes in the walls of the Tinker car from arrows.
Like I'm on like just outside.
You're in between
outside the back. Like, do I see? Yeah.
Yeah, if you look around on the
do I
right-hand
see
side
any
of the
more?
train, you can see, you can still see Walker coming up, pulling up beside the mammoth, who is kind of weaving back and forth with no rider now, very close to the side of the train.
Okay.
And there are a couple of elves on Axeback in the field beside you as well, but.
Okay, how close is the mammoth? As in, would I be able to use my boom boom guns, or?
What's the range on your guns?
That's a good question. 40.
Yeah, I think you should be able to shoot it in its keister.
Okay, yeah, let's shoot this mammoth in the butt. Okay, 10.
A 10? I'm pretty sure that misses the mammoth.
All right.
It does, yeah, unfortunately. It's weaving very wildly and is actually quite fast, and so you're having trouble kind of locking in a shot. You can take another one if you like.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that for my bonus action. 18.
That one hits.
Yeah, alright. Let's do some math. I rolled a 1, so
1 damage?
3. Yeah,
3
well,
points?
3. Yeah.
All right. 3 damage to the mammoth. It's almost as though it doesn't feel a thing, as the small lead bullet just slams into its haunches, and it still keeps going. All right, top of the round. the one of the elves on Axebeak back is heading towards, runs over to the mammoth and attempts to climb onto it, to jump onto it. Yeah, so Walker, you're the only one with a good view of this. The Axebeak runs over, and then you see just the arms of the elf over the back of the mammoth, pulling itself up by the fur as the Axebeak kind of runs off into the woods with no rider on it anymore. And that brings us to Walker.
Sorry, my mic didn't want to unmute. I want to shoot that guy off the mammoth.
So he's got a lot of cover. Mostly the mammoth. Or I guess you can steer around to the other side. Never mind. If you want to navigate around to the other side.
Can I steer my horse around? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I steer my horse I'll do the thing where you sort of slow down and I'll go behind it.
Yeah.
And pull up on the other side.
Sounds good.
Okay. So that's my move. I assume. Sorry, I have a cat in my lap, so I only have one arm, and I'm stuck really far away from the computer. That is not gonna hit. 9.
Nope. Unfortunately, that first arrow shot doesn't hit. Yeah. So probably next turn he'll be able to climb. He'll be able to climb up on it.
Okay. Nope. Okay, thank you. Yeah, that's it. That's my whole turn, I think. Nope.
Give me an animal handling roll before we go.
Can do. That's better. 17.
All right. Yeah, Walnut's a little spooked. Hasn't seen this kind of action. He hasn't seen this kind of action in a while, but you're managing him pretty well.
I give him a pat on the neck and tell him he's a good guy.
And your speed, for the record, is 60 feet while you're riding the horse. So.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
The mammoth is only 40, so you can easily kind of maneuver. So, next up are the bandits. No, it's the mammoth, actually, first. The mammoth is going to attempt to slam into the side of the train. All right. He slams into, a little further up, slams into the kitchen car. This is 2 cars up from the Tinker car. Slams into the kitchen car. There's a god-awful sound that rattles down the whole train of pots and pans and dishes just being knocked everywhere. And when it moves away, anyone looking out the window on that side can see a concave dent in the side of the kitchen car from where the mammoth slammed into it. And now the bandits, we've got one less in the private sleeper. One's gonna make an attempt to injure our politician friend. And misses. Thank you, disadvantage. And the other one is going to scream something in Sylvan. Sierra, do you speak Sylvan?
I do not believe so.
Lunabelle, do you speak Sylvan?
No.
Okay. Scream something in a language that you heard or you've encountered before with the ghosty elf, and they're going to take a couple of swings at you with their scimitars.
Rude.
Oh, and a couple more misses. There's just not enough room. The elves attack with these very broad strokes, and their weapons just keep hitting the walls in this kind of very narrow hallway. Rubia, you're standing between trains right now, right?
I sure am.
Okay, so the door swings open from the observation car, and the same somewhat more heavy armored elf captain is staring you down.
Okay.
And says, "This iron beast brings only destruction to our woods," and is going to take a couple of attacks against you.
Okay, I'm going to dodge as best I can.
Well, you've got your armor class. It's
Yep.
about all that we can do here.
Perfect.
21, that's a hit. I
Yep.
presume. And you take 5 points of slashing damage from that attack.
That's exciting.
At the same time, this is all sort of happening at the same time, and the mammoth slamming into the train rocks the things, and the captain slips a little and has to steady themselves, unable to make another attack against you. There is still kind of like you can hear some screaming and stuff from the observation car behind him. All right, Ruby Eye, which brings us to you.
So, I'm assuming he's steady enough. He's not precarious enough that I can kick him off.
He has slipped once already, which is unusual
Okay.
for an elf, you'd think, in this situation. So.
Okay. Well, why don't I do another two-handed attack?
Okay.
And I'm gonna add a trip attack to it as well.
Cool. This
Yes,
is one of your
Yes.
moves.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So probably not going to succeed because I just rolled 5.
I'll give you advantage on this attack, since he is kind of slipping around a bit.
All right. Thank you. So two-handed attack. Let's roll with a. Wait, what does advantage mean? Sorry.
It lets you roll it.
Just
I'm
before.
gonna let you get a re-roll now.
Okay. Sorry. Thank you. I should double check that
Yeah.
before. Hey, much better. Thank you. 16.
All right, that hits.
Perfect. I'm going to do a two-handed swing. That is a 10.
All right.
And then I'm going to do a trip attack. So when I hit with a weapon, I can expend a superiority die, which is a d8.
Mhm.
And I got a 5. So
That
it
extra
needs
damage?
to make it needs to make a saving throw. So yeah, it's a 5 for extra damage. So 15 damage.
All right, and it needs to make what kind of saving throw?
DC 13.
Yeah, but is it a dexterity save or a?
Strength. Sorry.
A strength save.
I'm looking at it. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, he fails big time.
Sweet.
So you swing the hammer low and knock his legs right out from underneath him, and he falls on his side on the connector between the two trains,
Oh.
and then falls under the train tracks, under the train car. If he's still alive, he's long gone.
Sucks to be him.
Good job.
All right, that sounds pretty exciting. I'm gonna close the door again.
Okay.
Can I make my way back towards through the day car now?
You can head back to the day car, yeah.
Because I'm in no position to take on anybody else right now.
Okay. Yes,
Awesome.
The day car is yours to enter. Luna.
Right. So, we've got some elves left, yeah? She didn't kill them all after she wiped blood all
Yes,
over?
you still have. There are still 2 elves remaining.
Okay. I'm going to once again attempt to shock and grasp the closest elf.
Mhm.
I'm just reaching out from under her arm,
Right.
trying to touch stuff.
Awesome.
12.
That hits.
Oh, success. Okay. Actually, look at what damage I do with that. Okay, 1d8. Here I go. Woo! 7.
Very nice.
I zapped the heck out of him.
Sorry, there's so much to keep track of.
It's all good. I like to think that even though my entire armor is a giant electro thingy, that I just rub my hands together to make static electricity and then poke them.
Then that's what happens. Yeah, okay. Some electricity shocks through them, and yeah, his weapon falls to the ground.
Oh. He was.
All right, Sierra.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jess.
Are we close to these other?
There's one
Other
that was right in front of you that
Yes.
took a couple of swings and missed, and then there's the one that's still threatening. Why can't I remember his name? Nigel.
Well, I'm gonna go for the other one in front of us with my saber.
Okay.
14 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. Uh, 7 damage.
All right, and with that, between the shocking grasp and that attack, this guy is toast. The bodies are starting to fill up, and it's going to be tough to move forward at this point. Okay. Anything else you'd like to do? Movement or anything like that, Sarah?
Can I move, I guess, the body?
You could, yeah, I'd allow you to shove it into the open door to the politician's room.
Let's do it.
All right. Yeah, you kind of just with your foot, just kick the body off into the room beside you to clear a little bit of space. All right, that brings us to Noodle.
Hello.
My bad. I'm a little sniffly, so I muted myself. Noodle is feeling super proud of himself and helpful. And so he is going to continue to make sure that Nigel doesn't get hurt by hindering the other elf.
Okay, so giving the elf disadvantage again.
Yes.
Sounds good. All right, Anna.
Flapping those little paper wings.
Hey, Sneer, how's it going?
He tosses you the bomb. It's ready to go.
Can I? Yeah, okay. Do I catch it?
I think that you are
He
dexterous
just
enough to catch
tosses
it.
it. I have guns in my hand.
Oh, that's right.
All right, cool. Then I.
No, I forgot you had guns in both your hands. So the bomb falls on the ground and sort of rolls in between you and Sneer, and he gives you a look like, "What the fuck?"
I kind of like look down, look at my guns. Sneer. What? And then I put them away, grab the gun, and go climb up the roof to go across this train for a better vantage point of the mammoth.
I'll need an acrobatics check from you, please.
All right.
So you're in the Tinker car. Are you heading towards
13?
A 13? Okay, that's good enough.
Yeah.
Are you heading towards the front of the train, I guess?
Yeah.
Okay. So the next car up is
wherever's kind of closer to the mammoth.
Yeah, the mammoth is up near the kitchen car.
Wherever's like closer to the mammoth to get a better vantage point.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
So you need to head up the
check
car.
my
The
food.
as you get up onto the roof of the Tinker workshop, you do see that the car in front, or the next car forward, is the harvester car, the thing with those weird robots that were chopping the tree down. It doesn't have a roof. You'll have to either climb across the top of the robots or climb down into the car, through and back up the other side. So it's up to you what you want to do.
Anna just wants to go like across right through, like climb over them.
Okay, I'll need athletics checks then, or no, an acrobatics check.
Okay. All right, come on, Anna. Yes. 21.
Nice. So you back up and you jump and you land on the first of the 3 harvesters that are in here. Give me another one.
Okay. Okay. Dang it. 4.
So, bristling with
It's a
confidence,
4.
you've landed on the head of the first of the harvesters, and then you jump without just assuming it's going to be fine, and slip and fall down into the car amongst the harvesters, narrowly landing on one of the spinning saw blades. I mean, it's not spinning in this case, because why would it be? But yeah, you narrowly getting chopped in half. So we're gonna end your turn.
All right.
we'll end your turn there for now. You should be able to walk
Sounds
across
good.
and climb out to the other side on your next turn. If this was a movie, it would
Sounds
look
good.
hilarious. All right, the top of the round. The elf that was clinging to the side of the mammoth gets up on top and grabs onto 2. Walker, now that you're up close, you can see that they're not actually holding onto the fur. They're holding onto something kind of like metal. They look like dagger handles that are jabbed into the neck of the mammoth on either side. And with a wrench starts to try and steer the mammoth towards the train once again. Which brings us to your turn, Walker.
I think I'm still trying to get that dude off. Like, that is my goal right now. Like,
Okay.
I'm really not keen on him being up there. Let me check something. Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna take another shot with my longbow.
Perfect.
Cat. That's way better! Yay! 25 to hit.
Definitely hits.
Okay, so I'm using my longbow. I'm going to use. I assume. Okay, do I want to use? Yeah, I'm gonna use. No, I'm going to cast ensnaring strike while I do that, because if I hit, I get to do that. So I'll do the damage first of the longbow, which is not great. It's 4 damage.
Okay.
And then ensnaring strike. Basically, I take aim, I shoot the guy, and the arrow sort of like sprays into vines and sort of entangle him. And he
Okay.
has to do a strength save, I think.
A strength
To not be
save.
restrained. And it also does an extra 1d6 damage, which I will roll. another
He
3
rolled a
damage.
16 on his strength save. Is that good enough or bad enough or what?
I feel like that definitely saved.
Okay.
I don't think my DC is super high right now.
All right. So yeah, he takes some damage though.
So he took an extra 3, so it was 7 points total.
Okay.
And yeah, I think that's it. And I'm just trying to follow along. I'm trying to get this guy off the mammoth, basically. I'm trying to get that mammoth away from the train.
So he gets an arrow right in the side. It just sticks into the furs and the armor that he's wearing. It seems to just make him grip harder onto whatever the steering mechanism is for this mammoth, and then the vines sprout out around the wound, but he with one hand kind of just swats them away, and they kind of shrivel and fall off either side, unfortunately. That brings us to the banditos. There are the 2 that remained in the 3 that remained in the observation car. No one has eyes on them. And then the 2 that are in the private sleeper. The one that's got God, my mind's a sieve today. the guy. That guy. Nigel. I'll just keep this window open here. The one that has Nigel tosses him back into Nigel's room. He falls back over the body that was tossed in there, and then climbs out back onto the roof, out of the train. The other one disengages from Sierra and Lunabelle and does the same. They swung in, if you remember, on ropes into the windows, and they just climb back out of view. Ruby Eye, you are currently in the day car. What would you like to do?
I am. I'm going to proceed back toward, while closing the doors behind me. Every door behind me.
Okay. So you're heading back to the priest?
To the Tinker Workshop.
That's where you're heading back there. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, so you find yourself in the...
Can I take a bonus action or no?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I can? Okay. Cool. I'm going to do my second wind, and I'm going to try and regain 1d10 plus 3 HP.
Sounds good. Go for it.
Without that, I get 4 hit points.
Oh, no.
That's including my plus 3. That's okay. It's still better than what I had.
Okay.
Thanks.
So, yeah, you find yourself back in the priest sleeper car, heading towards the chapel car.
Perfect.
Okay. Luna.
Yes. The elves disengaged, you said? They left?
Yes.
Okay. Interesting.
Can we get
I'm going...
Sorry. Can we get attacks on opportunity if they're leaving?
They disengaged, so they spent their action getting away from you, and so no attack of opportunity in that case. Basically, you can use your whole turn to try and just avoid the people that are near you to cancel out any attacks of opportunity.
Got it.
So
You
can
can
I
hear them
see
up
if
on the
they
roof,
were,
though.
like... Oh, they went on the roof. Duh. I was like, did they just jump out the door and get on birds or what? Good. So they're on the roof. I suppose that I will try to get up there as well. Can I climb up the side of?
You can go out the door that you just came in and climb up the ladder that's there to the roof.
I will do that.
All right.
And
Give me an acrobatics check.
okie dokie. I am decent at that. Ooh, never mind. 5.
All right. You get about halfway up the ladder, and your feet slip out from underneath you on the ice, and you. I'll let you use your action to get the rest of the way up, if you want.
Try to see if there's anything I can do to help myself. Nope. Okay, I will do that. Use my action to
Okay.
get the rest of the way up.
So you get to the top of the ladder, and you peek up the top, and there are the 2 elves that were previously in the car below. They're heading up towards the front, towards where the mammoth
Okay.
is.
I'm gonna use my bonus action just to call for Noodle.
Sorry, a bonus action to do which? Sorry.
To call for Noodle.
Okay.
I'm gonna go,
Yeah.
Noodle!
He'll find his way up there. All right, Sierra.
Oh, I rattled my dog. He thought I was calling him.
Sorry. Can I join Lunabelle on the roof?
Yep. Give me an acrobatics check.
Yay.
Guys, I have this Pikachu man,
17.
but he has big ears and I don't know where to drink out of him.
17.
Okay, perfect. Yep, you get up the ladder, even though it's a little slick and icy. And are you moving past Luna and up onto the roof?
Yes. Yeah.
In pursuit, kind of thing?
Yes.
All right. You get to them just as they're about to jump from the one car to the next. So, what would you like to do?
Are they within range? Like, how close are they? How close am I to them?
You can walk right up to them if you like.
I would like to have. Which of them has been injured?
Neither of them have been injured. You guys knocked out the third one that was in there, and the other two have escaped.
Okay. Well, I'm going to stay back, and I am going to cast Toll the Dead on one of them. Doesn't matter which one.
Wisdom save?
So, yeah.
That's an 18.
Yeah, they're fine.
All right. That brings us to Noodle. He flies up beside Lunabelle and lands on her shoulder.
He flies a little faster than I can walk, and also didn't have to traverse the ladder. So does he still have an action?
Yes.
All right. He is going to use his dragon breath that he's been imbued with on the elf dudes.
All right. He has to fly up towards them and aim it so that he doesn't hit Sierra, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So they need to make dex saves?
Yes.
A 16 and a 17.
Those both succeed, so they take half of the damage. Oh. The damage is 6, so they each take 3.
All right, he's breathing fire.
Yeah.
From this angle, Walker, it looks like you're riding on your cat's back.
He really wants to be part of the game today.
Yeah, apparently.
It does look exactly like that.
Okay.
He's trying to roll my dice too.
Oh. I'll make another window for them. Okay, that was Noodle's turn. Anna.
Look at his little head.
Excellent. I'm gonna keep going to where the mammoth is.
All right, you move through amongst the harvesters, dodging the blades and things, and you get up and hop over to the roof of the kitchen car, which is where the mammoth is riding alongside. And now that you're standing on the kitchen car, you can see the huge dent in the side of it from where the mammoth slammed into.
Okay. How do I make the bomb work?
You light it.
That's Sneer made.
You light it and throw it at the thing that you want to hit.
Okay, well, I guess keep the sass. Do I have any like matches or anything with me, or can I use one of like my bullets if there's like gunpowder in it, or how? Because I would like to light it and throw it at the mammoth.
I'll say that you have, for the sake of brevity,
drop it on the mammoth.
You have a match. So.
All right.
Yeah.
I would like to light it then, and then light the fuse. And am I close enough to like drop it on the mammoth, or do I have to toss it?
Yeah, you can stand. You can get close enough to sort of drop it on. Basically, you'd have to drop it into the lap of the elf.
Okay, I want to do that then.
Okay. Give me a attack roll, please. Like a regular dexterity-based attack roll.
12. No, wait. Yes, 12.
All right. You light the fuse, toss the bomb into the lap of the unsuspecting elf who's desperately just trying to make sure that the mammoth doesn't throw him off. He looks down too late to see the fuse hit the end. And then viscera is just blown everywhere. Can I get you to roll 2d8? The elf is gone. I'm going to say the elf is at point blank. Can I get you to roll 2d8 damage for the mammoth?
6.
Okay. Not a lot of damage to the mammoth, but enough to upset it quite a bit, and to again completely destroy the elf that was maneuvering it.
Yeah. And it just kind of goes, woo!
It also, because of where it landed, you see that it. Sorry, what was that, Anna?
Oh, I just was asking if I could do a bonus action, or was that kind of it?
You have your bonus action left. What would you like to do?
Yes. Okay. I was gonna try to shoot him in the head.
So you can use your bonus action to shoot if you use your first action to shoot. You can't actually bonus action. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, no, never mind. Sorry.
No problem.
Yeah,
All right. Walker, it's your turn. A huge explosion is...
I was...
Sorry?
Nothing. I was literally going to ask if Walker has to do a save to not be covered in gore. Like, just like someone just exploded.
No save
Like
required.
a hunk of mammoth goes...
No save required. You are covered in gore.
Just embrace it. Be like Sierra.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay. Fudge, you know what? Can I try and get on this mammoth and steer it away?
Can
I try and jump from the
You can do anything you like.
horse onto the mammoth?
Give me a...
I would like to attempt.
Give me an acrobatics or an athletics, whatever you're better at.
Okay. It's definitely going to be acrobatics. I don't know where the heck I can roll. My cat is taking up like my entire desk right now. Oh, that was not great. That is a 10. Oh, plus 5. 15.
15 hits. Sorry, 15 is what you need to get onto the mammoth. You climb up onto the top. Nice. You are now riding this majestic beast. You want to try and steer it?
I want to try and steer it away from I want to try and get the mammoth to get away from the train. I'm trying to convince it to go that way.
So my question is, are you going to use the two handles, or are you going to try and do it without those?
The handle seems so horrific. I don't want to use the handles if I don't have to. Yeah, I don't know. Can I try an animal handling? I don't know. Can I try to convince? Can I try to, I don't know, wrap my arms and steer it and be like, "Come on, big boy, let's go."
It's animal handling either way. You get advantage if you use the handles.
I don't want to use the handles because they're gross.
Okay, so just do a straight animal handling roll.
I'm trying to be more earnest and be like, would Walker use them? Is this just Jess being upset by this animal cruelty? Should I allow Walker to do it? Ooh, that's really good. 17 plus 5, 22.
All right. You grab onto the fur and you kind of lean in close and say, "Come on, Fuzz Boy, we need to get out of here." And we'll see what happens when that's a good roll. So we'll see what happens on the mammoth's turn, which is now.
So yeah,
that's right after. So you, as gently as you can, try and steer the mammoth away, and It does. It starts to veer off back towards the woods and away from the train. It's still kind of like stumbling and weaving quite a bit, and it's letting out these sort of half angry, half pained kind of sounds.
Yeah.
But yeah, you have managed to redirect the mammoth. Where do you want him to go?
I'm trying to redirect him back towards the forest, I assume. Like, I'm
Okay.
trying to set him free. Free Willy Styles, jump off into the, like,
He's-
and, like, can I retcon that I, like, wave at Anna, who's, like, on top of the train? I just, like, no, it's okay.
You're gonna try and jump the train? Is that what I'm understanding?
No, I just wanted to wave at Anna because she's on
Oh.
top of the train, right?
Yeah, well, you can definitely wave.
That's fine. Yeah.
I'll allow that.
That's it.
All right. Next up, the two bandits on the roof. One of them is gonna take a swat at Noodle.
Oh, Noodle.
13.
Let me pull him up. What do I have him here? His armor class is 13, unfortunately.
So that's a hit. And
Yeah, because if it matches, it hits, right?
that's right. And Noodle takes 7 points of damage, slashing damage.
That is exactly how many hit points Noodle has.
So with one swing,
Goodbye, Noodle.
Noodle is shredded into a bunch of little, just like cut in half, and pieces of paper kind of skitter off into the wind behind the train.
Poor Noodle.
The elf says, "It's creating these horrible visions to try and fool us." And the other one is going to drop their weapon and try and grapple Sierra. Sierra, can you make a athletics or acrobatics check, whichever is better for you?
Natural 20. 20.
Nice. He tries to come towards you and grab onto you, but slips and loses his grip. You are not grappled. Ruby Eye,
What?
Yes.
it is your turn.
I see that. I am going to try and climb to the top of the priest's sleepers, just so I can get a better look around.
Okay. Without a problem, you get up to the roof. Further ahead on the kitchen car, you can see Anna looking very pleased with herself about blowing up an elf. And behind you, on top of the
Excuse me.
private sleepers, you see Sierra dealing with and Lunabelle dealing with some elves on the roof there.
I would like to try and sneak my way back to them on top of the cars.
Okay.
So I have retreated. How, like, when the observation car is all glassed in, are we talking like solid glass, or is there like a rim of metal that I can hide on?
The observation car is very thin metal frame with glass, like bubbled glass all around it.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna try it anyway.
Okay. Give me a stealth
But-
roll.
Am I gonna try it anyway? Sure, I'm gonna try it anyway. Let's go for stealth.
What kind of armor do you have on again?
That is a good question. I have armor. What is it? I can't remember. Spiked armor. Oh no, I'm at disadvantage for stealth.
Yeah, that's
Son of a gun. That's okay. So hang on, I'll roll that, and I'll roll it again, and I'll take the worst one. Well, actually, it's not terrible. 13, and then you said for stealth, so that's 14 then.
All right,
13
you
plus
lay
one.
low as best as you can and cross back of the day car and get to the observation car. And yeah, you can. I'll let you get to the other side of the observation car. You think you're pretty stealthed, so we'll see how that goes.
You are the best. I am gonna just hang out. I guess I'm at the end of the observation car.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. So I'm gonna hang out there, but I'm gonna be ready in case something happens.
You're heading back towards where Sierra and Luna are.
Exactly.
Right? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. That brings us to Luna.
All right, I'm going to take aim at one of these elfie maboobles up here. And I am going to shoot him with first level chromatic orb.
All right.
Which means I roll 2. Okay. Right?
Yep, you make an attack.
I do. I roll to hit. Here I go. Spells are hard. Spells are confusing. Oh my god. 8 does not do good things.
Nope. Your armor generates a large ball of energy that just gets thrown into the sky, into the distance, and it detonates somewhere far, far away from you. Sorry, Luna.
That's frustrating. Oh well.
Anything else you'd like to do?
I'm done. No, I don't have any cool bonus action things or anything.
All right, so Sierra.
I am going to try. Oh man, we haven't hit any of them yet.
They each are a little scorched by Noodle's last fire breath.
Noodles. Okay, good. Okay, then I want to try to toll the dead again.
All right, wisdom save coming up. It's a fail.
Yay! I'm going to hit it now. But I get to roll a d12 because one of them is damage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's one.
Oh well.
1 point of necrotic damage.
Well, you know, it's better than 0, I guess.
You tried your very best.
All right, so Sierra, just a little bit of blood drips out of the Elsier, but he barely notices. Noodle has left us for now. Anna. Oh, sorry, Sierra, did you want a bonus action or any movement or anything?
No, I don't have anything good.
Okay. Anna.
All right. What can I see from my vantage point on the top of the train?
Give me a perception roll.
Ooh, 19.
19? Yeah, so you see Sierra and Lunabelle further back, much further back near the back of the train, trading blows with a couple of elves. You do spot just in time one of them trying to grapple Sierra and failing. You see Ruby Eye low to the on the roof but low to the ground, trying to skulk across the top to sneak up on the elves. You do see her further down as well. And of course you see Walker steering the mammoth towards the woods. That's about
Okay.
it.
Are the elves with Okay, are the elves with Sierra and Luna the only sort of enemies in the vicinity that I can see?
Yeah.
Okay, then I want to make my way to the end of the train.
Okay. Make your way back.
Across the roof, yeah. Yeah.
All right. So, are you gonna try and hop across the harvesters again, or are you gonna just climb down in and go across?
Anna now feels like she has something to prove
Right.
jumping across the harvesters, so yeah, she's gonna jump.
That's what I thought. Okay. Give me an acrobatics check.
All right. 16.
All right. Give me another one.
Come on, Anna. Damn it. Dumb bitch. All right. 6.
Same thing happens in the middle when you slip and fall onto your stomach and then slide forward off of the rounded top of the harvester into the train car. So you, yeah, that's the end of your movement anyway. You still have an action left if you like.
Well, I'm not really sure what else I can do that's helpful from where I am, so
You can use
I'm
your
just gonna
bonus
keep
action to
going.
dash to dash to get the rest of the way so that you're not in the car anymore. So yeah, you can basically get the rest of the way and be ready to jump onto the tinker car.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I will do that then.
Top of the round, we've got Walker on the mammoth.
Like double muted myself. So I'm trying to steer him away from the train and back towards the stuff, but at the same time I can see my friends like on the top of the train cars fighting dudes, right?
It's hard to focus on that kind of thing. You do get an idea that there are several figures on top of the train behind you, but you're not sure 100%. You know where Anna is, and you could see that she moved away. But yeah.
So what you're trying to tell me is that I can't shoot at these folks from the back of this mammoth.
I would allow you to do it with disadvantage.
Okay. Okay, fine. I'll try something else then. I think I can do this one action. So I think it works instantaneously. Okay. Walker has never done this before, but she really wants to talk to this big boy. So without knowing what she's doing, she casts Speak with Naminals.
Okay.
And she's like, come on. She's like, come on, buddy. I want to like help you out, but I need your help first. Can you like help me scare away all these bird boys over here? Because there's still birds running alongside with the dudes, or no? Are they all gone?
There aren't any elves. There aren't any elves left running on the Axe Peaks. There's just the two that are on the roof of the train car.
You can do it.
I don't see how I can help. I want to help the mammoth, but I also want to help my friends.
Did you want to change
the mammoth is my true friend?
Did you want to change what you said to the mammoth?
Well, I guess it's because there's no bird boys. So that made no sense.
Mistranslation.
Can you take me back to this train and then I'll totally take these daggers out your back later and I'll help you and I'll make you feel better. I promise.
It says...
Well, he listened to me.
It says... Take daggers out now.
That's fair. I would do that. very convincing mammoth, guys.
All right.
Kind of cute.
Are you gonna do that? Or I guess speak with animals is your.
That was my full action, so it would have to be on my next turn.
All right.
Anyway.
You can still try and steer them in the same way if you want. So give me another animal handling check.
Okay, I'm just trying to, like, as I was trying to take him away from the train a bit, so now I'm just trying to straighten him out so that he's running alongside the train, but not in any chance of running into it anymore, because I don't want him. Nope. That's 4 + 5 is 9.
Yeah, you can't
Man.
veer him off the course now, and you're actually starting to enter the tree line now, and you have to kind of like duck around to avoid getting branches and stuff in the face.
Okay, so that was my action and my bonus action. Or was it my... Could I use my movement to just, like, try to gingerly fall off the mammoth and let him go on his way then?
If you just want to fall, then you can do that. If you want to do something gracefully, then you'll need an action to do it.
Okay, that's legit. That's cool. I will fall. I'm gonna let him go on his way. He's not listening to me. Guys, I tried. This mammoth doesn't want to be my friend. I was trying to help him. So yeah, I guess I'll just get off this mammoth because oh no, but then I can't. No, I guess I'll stay on the mammoth because there's a train and it's moving. I'll stay on the mammoth. It's fine. Sorry. That's it. End of turn. I'll stay on the mammoth.
Okay.
Poop.
As long you're done having your conversation with yourself about what to do.
Yeah.
All right. That brings us to the mammoth, who proceeds on his way into the woods. Cool. Now it's our 2 elves on the roof. One looks around and sees the mammoth running off and then taps on the shoulder of the other one, and they both just disengage and tumble off the side of the train into the snow. At the same time, from the observation car, Ruby Eye, as you are passing down, you see that the passengers in the observation car have somehow subdued one of the elves, and the other elves are like looking out the window and diving out through the holes that they made in the windows of that to get off the train as well as they see the mammoth. But there's one elf that's been looks like knocked out by one of the stronger passengers.
So there's only one elf left in that car then, is what you're telling me?
Yes, and it looks like he is unconscious.
Cool.
So yeah, Ruby Eye, it's your turn.
Yeah. Trying to think, do we want an elf hostage? I feel like that's unnecessarily cruel.
Interrogation.
You could figure out what their motivations are.
Yeah, I think I'll go down then into the observation car and check the elf out. Maybe I could use some of the rope I have on hand to just, bind this elf's arms and legs so they can't go anywhere, even if they do wake up.
I'll let you do that. You just drop down into the car, get people to kind of clear out, and bind his arms and legs. We can say that's your turn.
Perfect. Yeah, I'll send them back towards the dining car or daycare car, I guess, because those are fine for now.
All right. Luna.
Okay. So the mammoth is coming back.
The mammoth is halfway into the woods.
Is gone. Okay. So I'm just a little worried about my friend Walker, who I saw jump on a mammoth and start lumping away.
Yeah. She showed up, she stole a mammoth, and then ran away.
Okay, well, I will recall how much better at horseback riding she was than me and figure that she's probably going to be fine. And these elfie dudes, we still haven't killed them. They're still chilling. They still got HPs.
They dove off the roof.
That's what I thought.
They're gone.
They just keep running away. Oh, okay. So we're on the roof of a moving train. No bad guys in sight. Noodle is a pile of shredded documents. And, all right, well, I'm going to turn to Sierra. And I'm going to go, what do we do? Walker's in the forest, and Noodle is all, he's all shredded up, and the elves are gone, and we chased them all the way up here, and I couldn't even hit them, and it was so exhausting, and I don't even know where they went.
Stupid Mike. I kind of like wipe some dust off of you. I'm like, it's okay. Did we see anything happen? Like, what did we see? The mammoth run into the woods.
Mm-hmm.
Do we see anyone else? Do we know anyone else's position?
There is a handful of there's a handful of axe beaks that are kind of running around wildly with no riders on them. Most of them are lagging behind the train now and just.
They're not trying to attack.
Yeah, but they're like wild animals now that are just kind of milling about. There is. Give me a perception check.
Oh, good. I got some of that blood in my eyes, apparently. 6.
Yeah. You have no idea where Ruby Eye is, and you can see it. Yeah, you don't know where Anna went to either. But it also looks like there are no more elves on the roof.
I say we. Okay. No more elves on the roof. I think we should get off the roof of a moving train.
Sure.
Okay. Well, let me just throw it out there that I have this cool thing that will let me make us fall really slow, kind of like we're flying, but only going down. So if we wanted to go after Jess, we could totally like jump off the roof.
But we don't have horses.
We could grab those birds. We could ride the birds and go help Walker. Can we please ride the birds and go help Walker?
It's like a terrible idea, but okay.
Sweet. And I will cast Featherfall on me and Sierra and aim us, and I'll get ready to jump off the roof, aimed towards a bird that I can ride.
Okay.
Oh.
So, you both need to be falling at the time that this happens. So you have to both jump first, and then the spell gets cast.
Okay. So I would know that. So I would grab her hand and I'd be like, okay, you got to jump, and then I'm gonna make us do a fly, and you got to jump first, and then the fly will happen. So you have to trust me, like Aladdin and Jasmine with the carpet.
Let's do this.
Yeah. And then I like jump like super like enthusiastically.
All right.
Goes jump.
You jump aiming towards a couple of the axe beaks that are starting to lag behind on the train, and I think this is where we'll take a break, and we'll come back. We'll be out of combat, and we'll see just how poorly this goes for you. I want to apologize to everyone.
Hey.
We'll see what happens. I want to apologize to everyone in the chat for the lag. I don't know why my internet is so grumpy today. We will have this up on YouTube so you can see it later because we are recording it. So we'll be back in 10:15. Hopefully I can figure out something for my interwebs. And beyond that, if you do enjoy what you've been able to watch today, please check out our tip jar. All that money is going to go to either buying us pizza or hopefully upgrading some equipment, maybe like my internet. So if you are happy with what you've seen, drop us a little tip, and that would be great. All right, we will be back in 10-15 minutes with the second half of episode 10 of Cold Iron. See you soon. Hello, we are back for the second half of episode 10 of Cold Iron. I have to quickly, because this silly OBS app doesn't like me, I have to rearrange the name tag so you don't get mixed up at home. Where we left off, Walker had climbed on the back of the mammoth, tried to steer it into a position where she could be a bit more of use to the train folk, but instead managed to only steer it further away into the woods. Lunabelle and Sierra have leapt off the top of the roof with Featherfall in an attempt to land on a couple of axe beaks, which, I mean, even I could not have predicted. So I'm going to get both of you to make dexterity rolls. Just straight up dexterity rolls.
Here I go.
That was a good sound, whatever that was.
Can you see it? Am I doing it? Am I showing you?
No. No.
Oh,
Okay. There it is. Very nice.
Yeah.
You will not be
I
getting.
rolled 20s when it mattered.
You will not be getting trampled by a bird today. Sierra, what did you get?
13.
I'm a generous. I am nothing if not a generous and benevolent DM. I will have you both, Sierra, a little rougher, land on the back of an axe beak, and I will need both of you to immediately make animal handling checks, please.
Can I talk to the animal, though?
Sorry?
Can I talk to the animal?
Yeah, if you want to cast Speak with Animals, sure.
I do want to speak with the animals.
All right.
Well, in true Lunabelle style, I got a 5 for animal handling. A 5.
Lunabelle, your axe beak just starts like squawking and screeching at the top of its little lungs, and just starts spinning in circles and trying to like flap its small wings to try and knock you off. You have your hands, I imagine, wrapped around its neck, which it obviously doesn't like either. But yeah, so I'll need a dexterity save from you.
I'm thinking I should have tried to get on the same bird as Sierra. That would have been smarter. Because I could land us and she could drive us.
They don't have that much. They don't have that much room on them.
Yes. Yeah.
So Sierra, what would you like to say to your axe beak?
Our friend is lost in the woods. Can you help us, and we can help you?
You help by getting off.
We're helping enough?
No, you help by getting off.
Oh. Fair. I'm sorry I can't do that right now.
No pointy ear, no one ride.
I understand. I'm very sorry. I'll get off as soon as I can.
Give me your animal handling check.
Ooh. 17.
Okay. You do manage to kind of start steering it towards where the mammoth is. What did you get on your dex save, Lunabelle?
11.
All right, you managed to hold on, although your direction is erratic. Somewhere in the woods, Walker, you are, you still have your Speak with Animals up, and the mammoth says, pointy-eared ones, injure me.
I can see that. It's my intent to help you out, maybe fix your wounds a bit and let you free. I was trying to stop them from crashing you into that big thing. She seems to doesn't know what a train is.
Right. Take out blades.
Okay, I will. Just can you promise not to trample me none? I'll help you out. You help me.
Take out blades now.
All right, I'm trusting you, buddy. I could attempt to take out the blades of its back out of its back.
Sure.
Can I do that like without hurting it too much? Is that?
Give me a medicine check. Meanwhile, on train rooftop, we've got Ruby Eye and Anna. The train is
No,
coming...
I'm in observation car now.
Oh, that's right. You're inside, right?
Yeah.
The train is coming to a halt, a slow halt, because several explosions of various kinds have gone off, and it's probably Walter is probably not excited to see what's gone down. Anna, can I get a dex save from you?
Sure. Ooh, 21.
Nice. You brace yourself as the train kind of jolts and slows down to a stop. Meanwhile, in the observation car, Ruby Eye, you are over top of an unconscious, alive and breathing, but unconscious elf. A dwarven woman, a passenger, says, I hit him with my handbag and he dropped.
What do you have in there, lady?
Oh, just some ore that I was bringing back to my husband.
Good job. So the train's stopping, or is it stopped?
It's coming to a stop. It's a slow kind of thing, but it doesn't take long, maybe a minute or so, and it's come to a stop.
Can I hoist the elf over my shoulder and sort of do a fireman carry towards the door so I can toss the elf out of the observation car onto the ground when we stop?
Yep. Yeah, with ease you lift up, even with all the furs on, the light frame of the elf is very easy for you to grab and pick up. So yeah, you wait for the car to come to a stop, and you step out into the snowy afternoon.
I'm gonna hoist that elf and just start making my way back to the army sleeper.
Okay.
'Cause I'm sure they'll have some questions for him.
All right, Sierra and Lunabelle, I'll need animal handling checks from you again as you are slowly... Lunabelle, you're kind of lagging back, obviously, because yours isn't going in a straight line.
Yeah.
And Walker, what did you get on your medicine check?
I rolled an 18 and I have +3. So I'm imagining like I was earnest when I was saying I was trying not to hurt him, and also like I'm used to like animals and like carving them up. So I guess maybe I know how to remove a knife.
Yeah, absolutely. You look at it and it isn't. They don't seem much bigger than dagger blades, and the mammoth has very thick hide, so it's not so much that the blades are probably bothering it. It's something else is going on. Maybe that is kind of weakening its resolve. You know, maybe there's some kind of magic effect or something in these. So you gingerly pull out one dagger and the next. The mammoth doesn't seem to flinch, but as soon as both are removed, you hear a very relieved. He says a very relieved, "Thank you. Mind trapped."
Oh. That's terrible. I'm sorry about that. I don't know why they... Anyways, thanks for not killing me yet. I'm gonna take these blades. I gotta, like, pocket them so they don't hurt you no more. And I guess I just need to get back to my friends then. Do you mind if I just, like, get off you without... Are we cool?
I take you there. And he starts to turn a very wide turn through the woods, knocking over some smaller trees. You have to hold on for dear life to not fly off because he's going at quite the tilt. So what did you get, Sierra and Lunabelle?
13.
A 1 + 2 is 3, but a natural 1.
You get bucked very hard right off of the axe beak, and you land. You're not gonna get hurt, but your axe beak is gone. It's into the woods.
Oh no. Into the woods and off again.
Sierra, you managed to maintain control, even though it's still squawking at you.
Can I roll off of it, gently to get with Luna?
Yeah, you definitely know how to get off a wild animal, so you jump off and land softly into the snow and roll. Basically, roll right beside where she is. Just as it happens, the Axbeak says, "Good riddance," and then runs off into the woods. Just as he runs off, there's the pounding footfalls of the mammoth coming out with Walker clinging to its back. It stops in front of you. Breath heavy, there's like steam coming out of its mouth from where he's breathing, and its trunk reaches out to grab you, Sierra, but then just lifts you up to your feet and does the same with Lunabelle.
Whoa.
Oh, thank you.
He says to Walker, tell friends sorry for attacking Metal Snake.
That is mighty kind of you. I will tell them. Guys, he says sorry. He didn't mean it none. It was those elves real mean to him. And I tell him, like, thank you so much. I hope you feel better. Do you know those elves, are they doing this a lot right now? Are they hurting a lot of animals? Do you know anything like that?
Pointy Ears, kind to animals, but not kind to me. Take me from family. But I'm free now.
Yeah. Are you okay to get back to your family, you think? Is there anything you need?
No. No, thank you. And he reaches up and kind of grabs you and puts you down.
Just like wobbling, takes
yeah.
it off. Okay, I hold out my hand if it lets me, and I'll just like put it on his trunk or whatever I can reach for a second.
Yeah.
And just,
yeah. And its trunk comes out and like pats you on the head. And says, you good, Pointy Ear. And turns and runs and starts stomping into the woods.
Bye, I hope you feel better. Thanks so much. Hey guys, how you doing?
Everything hurts. I fell off a really mean bird because I'm not very good at making friends with animals like you are. And this bird, he was so mean and he threw me on the ground. And I just was trying to go help you. And that was such a big elephant.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Those big walking chickens are so mean to you. That was pretty horrible. But I think, I don't know, that the elves had that poor guy like brainwashed or something. I don't know if maybe they're doing that to other animals. He said mostly they're kind to the animals around here, so I don't know why they think it's okay to use that poor guy, that poor fella. You all right though? Do we need to get you anything, or should we just head back to the train?
We can head back to the train, but I'm pretty sure the train moves a lot faster than we do.
As you look over, you see that the train is actually pulled to a stop.
Oh, good news. Train doesn't move faster than we do.
When it's not moving, it doesn't move faster, yeah. So, you also see Ruby Eye with one of the elves slung over her shoulder, trudging through the snow back to somewhere at the back of the train. Anna, what are you doing right now?
So if they can see the train, I can see them, right?
Yep.
Okay, I'm just kind of watching the whole thing unfold with the birds. Just kind of like, I just kind of squatted down and just kind of going like,
Right.
just kind of watching, observing what happened.
Don't judge us.
And just, after that kind of all unfolds, I guess I climb down into the snow and wait for Lunabelle, Walker, and Sierra to catch up.
Okay. Ruby Eye, you're continuing your walk down back to the army sleeper, you said.
Yeah, but since I'm assuming I see everybody as well,
Yep.
I'm gonna be like, "Hey guys, look what I found!" And gonna like wave, and then I'm gonna keep trudging.
All right. Is everyone catching up with Ruby Eye, or what is your plan here?
Oh, let's go see this elf.
Yeah.
Also, I would like to take a nap too.
Yeah, me too. That was like a lot of fighting and then a lot of falling and then a lot of not fun riding of birds and yeah. But I'm down to see about the elf as long as we don't get attacked again. Because at that point, I think I would just probably die of tiredness, you know.
As you, Ruby, as you walk back towards the army sleeper, you see Farg and Mervis and just standing outside of the lab cars, looking at the debris because both of them were kind of caved in from the side from the magical blasts, and he says, "Hey, I hope we can repair this. What do you have there, Ruby Eye?"
I have a prisoner. Hi, Farg.
Why did you let one of them stay? Why don't you just throw their cursed body into the woods? Is anyone hurt? Did they kill anyone?
Not that I know of, this one didn't. In fact, one of the passengers knocked him out. Is it a him or her? Do I know? Doesn't matter.
It's a her.
It's her. Okay, knocked her out. So I thought maybe we could ask her some questions. It didn't feel right just killing an unconscious creature that was no longer a threat. So I thought maybe the army could help us and we could gently question this elf to see why they attacked us without provocation. I'm sorry about your lab. It looks pretty smushed.
It's going to be a while before we can do any experiments. I
recommend you lick everything. Just to be sure.
You suggest that I lick everything?
It's a joke, Farg. Don't worry about it.
I have never done well with jokes. I did manage to make sure that our specimen is safe, though.
Oh, excellent. Thank you so much. That would have been a loss.
Me and Mervis here are going to wake up Constance, who managed to sleep through this whole entire ordeal. And we are
Constance.
Going to set to seeing what we can salvage from our supplies. I hope that this elf provides you with answers.
Best of luck.
Also, did you see me throw one of them out of the train?
I'm afraid I didn't, but that's pretty impressive, Farg. Way to go.
Yes, I don't know how to feel about that.
Was it attacking you?
Yes.
Was your life in danger?
I suppose so.
Then I think you made a good decision.
Do you think
you don't have to like it?
Do you think that elf died?
I mean, they might have, but they might not have. You were defending your life, and I think that's a noble effort, noble decision you made, and I think you should not feel badly about it.
Well, thank you, Ruby.
I'm gonna offer him some ale from my flask, because I also want some. Say, here, have a sip. It'll make you feel better.
Is this the breakfast ale?
Indeed it is, my friend.
He takes
Drink up.
a big swig. If you can bring like a small keg, for my studies.
Of course. I will definitely do that for you, Farg.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem.
He turns to Mervis and he says, "Let's get to work," and they climb back in and start going through the debris. it's at this point that the rest of you all catch up to Ruby Eye. She has a lean-looking elf woman over her shoulder, wrapped in furs, big furred hood that has fallen back to reveal red hair, big fur boots with rope wrapped around them to secure them. Seems completely unarmed. So yeah, you were all 5 of you are finally in one place. As you still want to head to the army sleeper?
Well, I'll take a second to pause, and we can all chat and catch up. I mean, the elf's not going anywhere. So, hey guys, I'm so glad you all made it. Walker, you're back. / who are you? Let's go with Walker. Or who are you?
Hi, it's Ruby, right? I know we kind of met, but then I kind of took off. So I guess it's nice to meet you proper.
Nice to meet you again. That was some impressive mammoth riding that I heard you did.
Yeah, that was a little bit. I hadn't done that before.
I don't think many people have.
He was a real gentle sort, actually. He didn't want to be doing that. The elves did that, so I'm really curious to question this one here and see what they have to say.
Yeah, it seems really unusual for elves to be hurting animals.
Yeah, he said that for the most part they're pretty they mostly get to the animals around here, so I don't know why they decide to start trapping them and brainwashing them. I guess just to attack us?
Seems unnecessary.
At this point, I pull up. Sorry.
No, go ahead. I was actually just going to check in with you, so you go ahead.
At this point, I pull out like a small, dainty little handkerchief and hand it to Walker to clean off the viscera.
I forgot about that. I'm covered.
You're just a little.
You got a little something.
Yeah. I'm just there's something on your whole self here.
Yeah.
So Anna, it looks like Sneer got that bomb together. Well done. Did you happen to see what he did so we can maybe replicate it in the future?
I kind of ignore the question and just go and put my hands on either side of Ruby Eye's face and go, I blew up a whole elf.
I know, it's right here, Anna. Thank you so much.
Farg overhears this conversation and pokes his head out of the lab car and says, I threw an elf out of a moving train. So
I'm gonna go thumbs up and big grin.
So yes. Anyway, sorry, and he goes back into lab car. There are on top. You can see the army sleeper, and on top there are several soldiers armed with heavy crossbows that are now climbing down off of the car. A couple of them are going out, walking back towards what you assume has to be some of the elves that were shot at by them or by you that got tossed behind. And there are a couple of them yell, this one's dead, and another one says, yeah, this one's gone too. So as you approach with your living elf, the guy that was on the roof manning the ballista is has hopped down and comes over to you and says, have you got a prisoner there?
Sure do.
Well, we're not really set up to have prisoners, but
seemed wrong to just kill her. Thought we could maybe talk to her, get some information, and then let her go, follow where she goes. I don't know.
Yeah, our previous
we could leave her in the snow too. Our
previous reconnoiters into the wild showed that the elves can be aggressive, but nothing. We didn't expect anything like this. I feel like someone's been feeding them bad information about us or something. We are doing our best to not disrupt the the locals. So this is the higher ups are very distressed.
Yeah, it seems it's a little uncalled for, this reaction.
He goes into the army car and pulls out kind of this simple wooden chair and sticks it into the snow. Says, "Put her there. Tie her to that."
Okay. So I'm just gonna add more rope. I'm not gonna untie her. I'm just gonna put her down on the chair and add new rope.
Perfect.
Anna kind of like leans in and sort of says really quietly in Elvish, "Are you awake? Are you alive?"
There's no response.
Okay.
She is breathing, slumped forward, but breathing.
Okay, I turn back and look. She's not dead, guys. I confirmed it.
The soldier gives her a shake. Still no response. I feel normally I would just give a good slap to a soldier who had been knocked unconscious, but I don't feel comfortable doing so in this situation. He sort of just keeps shaking her.
I'm gonna throw a snowball at her face. Like,
Okay.
not hard, but
Give me a
snowball.
Give me an attack roll.
Really?
Yep.
All right, just a sec then.
With advantage because she's bound up.
Just a gentle snowball to the face, you know.
Yeah. Natural 20.
All right.
Like a handful of snow kind of thing, like instead of bucket of water, you know.
Like a pie to the face, but with
Yeah, like a nice alert making snowball.
Right. A large snowball smacks into her face, and the jarring cold of the snow seems to snap her out of it, and she twitches up, and she starts looking around and starts speaking in Sylvan. None of you do any of you know Sylvan? No.
No, but we know that Fennel does. Like, we've spoken to Fennel about that before.
Right.
So I think if we end up getting stuck, do any of y'all have any? Those of you with magic sciences and such, can you understand languages, or should we go get Fennel?
I can understand languages, but I can only do it one time. And then I have to
cannot
have a nap
understand
because
Sylvan.
that's really tiring.
That's fair. You should probably.
But I can do it once.
Do it.
I think
probably
we'll. Go ahead.
Yeah, we
Just
should probably go get Fennel. In the meantime, can I just talk at her in Common and ask, do you speak Common, and try reassuring her that we're not going to hurt her?
She listens to what you're saying and then spits on the ground.
I
All right. Well, you're not going anywhere.
Sorry?
I repeat. I repeat what Ruby Eye says in Elvish, just to see if I get a similar reaction.
She says back to you in Elvish, why do you know our tongue, monster?
My brother's half elf.
Your brother.
Yeah. He taught me. We used to my Elvish is pretty rough, but I know some nursery rhymes and some basic phrases. And
what do you hideous creatures care about family? And she's looking around like wild-eyed at all of you and just like dumbfounded that you're talking about brothers. And
I mean, I can't speak particularly highly of this brother, but these people are my family now.
I would react if I understood that, but I don't.
Yeah. What's she saying, Anna?
She seems to, I'm saying in Common now, she seems to think we don't care about our families or something. She seems really surprised that I have a brother.
Walker, do you think that she's hurt like the mammoth?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Hmm.
I don't know. Can I like walk around her and see if I see any markings on her or any like
Sure. Give me an investigation check as you go around.
investigation, you say?
As she's doing this, can I ask in Elvish why she thinks that we have no concept or care of family or something to that effect?
You're nothing but corrupted, grotesque monsters. Let me go.
Guys, remember?
What are we remembering?
Remember how the sap, it makes you see stuff and it looks scary and bad and scary. Remember when those people that were our friends, they looked like scary sap monsters and they were scary?
Ooh.
Do you think she sees us as scary sap monsters that are scary?
Walker, what did you get on your investigation roll?
13. Not great.
You do notice that her eyes seem where there should be white, there's like swirling purple color going through them.
Okay, I like grab her face and I look right up to her, and I'm like, "There's something in her eyes, guys. There's something there. I think you might be right, Luna. I think there's something wrong."
Guys, I'm usually right. I'm pretty smart.
The
Can
glasses. Who has? Sorry.
Can I cast Detect Magic?
Yep.
I would like to do this.
Anna, you're real smart too, except for if you put glasses on, the scoop's still gonna be in her eyes. So you won't be able to see through the glasses because the goop's before.
But we could put the glasses on.
But that was such a good idea. We could put the glasses on too.
Maybe.
Yep.
If Farg can find them.
Oh, Farg.
What did you get? Or sorry, you cast Detect Magic, Sierra?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
there is definitely some like charm magic circling around this creature. Enchantment.
I will tell people that she has been charmed. But she's an elf.
It's the only real way to explain what's going on. It's something very powerful.
How do we get rid of it?
Can't tell you that.
Well, could we maybe reassure her that despite what she sees, we're actually, gnomes and dwarves and humans and half-elves?
I don't know that we can.
We're
unless
not.
we-
But, okay.
Walker, are you still holding her face, or?
Yeah, no, I guess when Sierra went to cast the magic, I would let go, and I
Right.
would, but I'm still looking at her very closely.
She's shouting in Sylvan again and trying to get away.
Is there someone nearby, like someone that works on the train? Like, do I see anyone?
Farg and Mervis are just one car over. The soldier that usually mans the big crossbow on the roof of the car is standing with you, but he looks dumbfounded. He doesn't understand anything that's going on.
Well, I say, excuse me, can you go grab us Fennel, please? Can you just go get her for us? I think that might help us a lot.
Yeah. Can I borrow your horse? And you realize at this point Walnut is like...
I was literally going to say earlier that I tried to find Walnut, but I'm not sure.
Walnut is like
whistle?
wandered over and is eating a small
Aw.
patch of grass behind.
Oh, Walnut, of course. And I go over and I give Walnut a pet, because Walnut's been real good to me today. I'm like, hey, thanks, buddy. Do you mind? And I hand the reins over to the dude.
Yeah. If the general comes around, please tell her that Sergeant Rogard's just gone to the front of the train.
Okay.
Guys, so this elf thinks we're corrupt, and another one of them told me that we were corrupt as well. Do you think that maybe they've all been magicked into seeing us as that black goopy corruption, which would explain why they behaved so offensive, like so aggressively?
Yep.
I feel like that's the thing that makes the most sense right now.
Mhm.
Now
So-
I feel really bad for doing them a murder.
I blew one of them up.
Let's not tell Farg.
Mm.
Would make him sad.
Hannah, the elf catches your eye and says in Elven again, I don't know how your mandibles allow you to speak to me.
My
Please,
what?
your mandibles, your face, you look like some devilish insect.
Oh.
What kind of insects
That's-
are elves scared of?
I think that was an Elvish, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So I kind of relay that that's what we look like to them, or to her, and I kind of turn back and say, we're not gross. I'm deeply offended that she sees us as a bug. Like, an insect. Like,
tell
I'm
her
not.
tell her to touch you. See if it's just like a visual illusion or if it's like if that works. See if that works.
Well, her hands are bound, aren't they?
Well, yeah, but
How is how is she touching me?
I don't know.
Well, what if you touched her? I mean, like touch her knee or something. She can see you doing that, and
Okay. I tell her that's what I'm gonna do, and I say I have a hand like yours. I think I have 5 fingers. I think you have 5 fingers on each hand, and I'm gonna just touch your knee, and you tell me what you feel and what you see, and I do that.
No. No, if you're going to kill me, just kill me. Don't sever my legs with those claws.
I kind of like look at my hands. They're hands. I know we look scary right now, but I promise we're not insects. I'm a human.
I swear to you, if you were a human, I would be so happy to see you. But you're not. If you ever loved anything before, please let me go. You claim to have family, send me back to mine.
We want to make sure the spell that's on you right now is gone before we do that.
If there's any spell
Because-
on me, it was cast by you. By the corruption that's turned you into whatever this is. Your iron beast shredding our forest.
It's not a beast, it's a train.
I can feel it. I can feel it. It's a malevolent energy behind me.
I mean, it's metal. Do you want to lick it for science?
Please. Kill me or let me go.
I turn to everyone else. Guys, she's really scared and I don't know how to help.
Well, she's just gonna have to wait for Fennel, and in all honesty, like, we can't let her go like this, because she's just gonna go back and tell everyone that we killed all her friends, and we have a big giant metal beast, and yada yada, when none of that's true, and we can't just send her back and get like 100 more riled up and bring them all back here when we can't move the train
Yeah.
right now, I don't think, and she's just gonna have to wait.
yeah. Does anyone have any food on them? Like any snacks or something? I'm just thinking if we tried offering her food, I wonder if she would see it differently. And if she doesn't, whether that would endear her or endear us to her.
I think she's too scared for food. Like, have you ever tried to feed an animal that was like really psyched and freaked out? They're
Oh,
all
for
like,
sure.
Nope, and I feel like she's not gonna.
Well, I think it's more just to see if it's us that look corrupted or if everything.
Yeah, it's sort of a. I mean, we can not do it, but I think that might be helpful if we found out the extent of her perception. Like, is it anything that we are involved with,
Mhm.
or is it just our physical selves? Because that, I mean, if all those elves think that we're these creepy insectoid things, then we are in big trouble. And we will have trouble making any kind of sense of anything with them.
Yeah.
Oh, fudge. I don't know if this would work.
If no one
Okay.
has... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I would like to... I think there's something I've seen done before I think I want to try. And I'm going to walk up to her, and I'm going to touch her, and I'm going to try and cast Protection from Evil.
Okay.
And it says the targets can't be charmed or frightened or possessed. If they're already charmed, frightened, or possessed, the target has advantage on saving against it. So I guess it would try and force a save.
Okay. Sure. You cast that.
And I also, like, as I walk up to her, I tell her what I'm doing in Elvish. Like, hey, I'm real sorry. I think you're sick, and I'm going to try and help you. And I promise as soon as we can make it better, we're going to try and let you go.
She is looking around, kind of wild-eyed at everyone, just as Fennel is riding up on horseback with Sergeant Rogard still steering Walnut. They both hop down, and Fennel comes over and says, "What's going on? Who is this?"
I mean, we didn't get her name. There's something wrong. She's one of the elves that attacked, and she has something in her eyes, and she seems to think we're all some sort of bug monsters.
Fennel comes over and is saying something soothing in Sylvan, and gently grabs onto her, onto the elf's face, and she says, what in her eyes? And as you go over and look, the eyes have seemingly cleared, and your spell seems to have taken an effect.
And it kind of goes, ta-da, human!
Hey, Walker, that worked.
The elf is looking around. Some color returns to her face, and she says, Who are all of you? Why am I tied up?
Oh, do you remember anything that happened?
I remember a cloaked man coming to our settlement. He said some things, and now I find myself here. Why do you have me tied up? Release me.
You were trying to kill us.
What? Why would I even bother coming near any of you?
I kind of point to the train.
What is that? What monstrosity is that?
Train.
A what?
It's a train.
Why would you bring the city here? We've done nothing to you. Haven't you done enough to us?
I kind of like look around at everybody. Are you speaking Elvish or Common?
Now that she sees that there's pretty much no elves, she's speaking in Common.
I just kind of look at everybody else, not really sure what else to.
Sierra's like, what did this man, like, she's just like latched onto it. She's like, what did this man look like? What did he say?
He came talking about some kind of threat to the woods, and I don't know. I didn't think that anything of it at the time, and then I find myself here being stared down by a bunch of city folk, which she kind of like spits as she says, He was dark.
I think he may have bewitched you because moments ago you thought we were creatures with mandibles that didn't have families, and a number of elves attacked our train.
No.
And
that-
you'd even injured a mammoth
Mhm.
and
Wh-
used it as a beast of burden.
No. No. Dwarf, don't say those things. We are strong-willed. Nothing can take us over. We live wild and free, and that's impossible.
And why don't
Well-
you remember getting here?
I don't
And you
know.
can take a walk back the tracks and see the proof of it as well.
You must have snuck up on me while I was hunting. You must have hit me over the back of the head and brought me here. Just to tie me up and torment me.
One tiny dwarf hit you over the back of the head. I thought you were wild and free.
Ooh.
We have no
Dwarves.
interest in tormenting you.
Dwarves are
Yeah, what-
underhanded.
We're just trying to go.
That sounds like a lot of excuses, to be honest with you. And we were just riding our train, and you came along with your birds, with all your friends, and tried to kill us. And it was super not cool. And all my friend Walker did here was try and help you, and she took this purple goop stuff out of your eyeballs by casting a really nice spell to save you. And now you're acting like we're the bad guys. And that's not cool. It sounds like this creepy masked cape dude tricked you, and you don't get to blame us for that.
She starts getting more and more agitated all of a sudden, similar to her state before, as the protection from good and evil spell starts to wear off.
Oh, shit.
And the purple starts to swirl around her eyes again, and she's just staring at you, Lunabelle, like you are the most terrifying thing. And still in common, she's yelling, "No, no."
I've decided I don't like her, so I growl at her.
Ooh.
She just screams at the top of her lungs.
Luna, this ain't her
Lunabelle.
fault. She there's something wrong. I mean, she weren't great to you even when she could see proper, but there's something real wrong.
There
I
must
don't
be
like
a
that.
place
I
for
don't-
her on the train. I mean,
I don't
Um,
think
there
we should
must be-
force that,
no.
but
There's some paladins and healer types.
yeah, we need someone who can do better than me. I mean, I don't know how to do that real well.
Well, Fennel, do you see the purple in her eyes now? Look.
Yes, I see it now. I'm not sure what we can do for her. Some sort of restorative magic may help, but
Do the priests have anything that we're aware of? Can the chapel car help her at all?
we can certainly try. I mean, if we can get her there.
I'm gonna just pick up the chair with the elf on it.
Right.
Before Ruby does that, I look at the elf and I say in Elvish, "I know I look really scary to you right now, but my name is Anna. Is there something we can call you?"
Why do you want to know my name?
Just so we can talk. I know it's really scary right now, but we're trying to help. And it might be nice to know. You don't have to give your real name. You can just tell us something you might want to be called.
Astrid.
Astrid?
Yeah.
This is Ruby Eye. She's gonna take you somewhere where we can get you comfortable while we figure out how to help.
I feel
Hi,
like
Astrid.
I feel like bugs are crawling over my mind. I can't feel comfortable anywhere.
I'm sorry, that sounds awful. We're gonna do our best to at least make you as physically comfortable as possible.
Sorry, Ruby Eye, you were gonna say something?
No, I was just gonna say, hey, just wave at her so she knows which bug is ruby eye.
Right.
Does my bug have a ruby eye?
You're asking.
Does she perceive that? Because that would be awesome.
You're asking her that.
No, I'm asking.
Well, you
How?
can't, you don't
I'm
get to know what
asking
you look
the
like. You can't see the bugs.
No, but she's told us we have mandibles and stuff, so I'm assuming. Anyway.
You can.
I'm gonna pretend that she sees.
You can ask her. You can ask her what she sees when she looks at you.
Nah, it's all good.
All right. She seems to have given up struggling for now. She's just kind of weeping and occasionally looking over towards where the train is and recoiling. You get her to the chapel car where Brother Remus and Sister Greta are trying to figure out how to patch up the holes that were puncturing the side of the train. Remus comes over and says, yes, prisoner of war. Put her down on the table here.
This is Astrid. She's very scared of us.
Well, she should be.
I kind of look at everyone else for help. Like, there's something wrong.
Yeah, Brother Remus, we're not here to hurt her or anything. She's been magicked into believing that we are awful creatures bent on her destruction and corruption. She's not perceiving things as they are.
Anna,
Watch this, brother. I'm the least scary person ever. And then I growl at her again.
Anna, she says to you in Elvish, Anna, if that's really, why would you bring me into the belly of this beast?
Because these are people who can help. These are the ones who can try to figure out how to make this look as it actually is and not scary and awful.
I see only writhing walls and a tongue that wants to devour me.
What if you close your eyes?
It's still there. The noises are enough.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I turn to Brother Remus and ask if there's something. Is there something we can give her to sleep? She's in a lot of torment. Whatever spell or whatever they put on her, this is the worst place to keep her on the train, but we have to do something. Can we let her at least sleep so she doesn't...
Are you going to detach her from the chair and lay her down on the like one of the little bunks?
Yeah, detach her from the chair, but keep the initial ropes that Ruby Eye tied her up with.
No, I was just gonna say, like, if Ruby, you were carrying her in the chair.
Yeah.
When you put her down, after she said to Anna that closing her eyes did nothing, Walker would walk up behind her and smack her in the back of the head with a dagger because she's trying to knock her out.
Yep.
Sorry, Walker, you were doing that to who?
To Astrid.
Okay. Give me an attack roll with advantage since she's bound up.
Dice. Plus 5. That's 16.
Hits. Roll your damage.
D4 plus 3. That's 4 plus 3. That's 7. But I'm specifically going in for like I'm literally going in for a knockout. I'm just trying to put her out.
That's enough. She is saying something like, Anna, if there's some part of you that isn't this beast, please help, and then thud over the back of the head, and she passes out.
I look at Walker. There has to be a better way to have done that.
There's no reason to make her suffer like that. She was not.
We could have given her something to help her sleep.
The healers are not working fast enough, and I don't like watching someone going through that.
Okay, well, let's get her onto the bunk.
You have to admit it's pretty impressive magic.
It
It's
is.
intense.
And I like turn after I did that, and I just had the argument with Anna. I like turned to like the priest or whoever is here.
Father
And I was like,
Remus
"There's-
and Sister Greta are here, a human and a dwarf.
You need to help this person. This person is real sick, and she's not the only one by any means. It's gonna turn out that all those people that attacked us, they're not well, and I managed to do what little I could to clear her of all evil for a moment, and we saw the real person. She's in there, but she's stuck, and you guys need to do something because this is not okay.
Sister Greta pushes Brother Remus out of the way. Everyone clear out. We need space. I don't know what's wrong with her, so I can't fix it yet. But we need space. Please.
I don't want to leave yet.
Well, one of you can stay, but we
I'll
do
stay
not
with
have
her.
enough room to work with all of you here.
I was the one that healed that evil out of her for a moment, and I'll stay and I'll watch her. And I can speak Elvish if she wakes up and she needs to talk to someone.
Please don't untie her. I can loosen her bonds so that she's not in pain, but still tied. But don't untie her because she's a little crazy in the head. We don't want her to cause damage to herself or anyone else.
Anna, you wanted to stay too?
Yeah, Anna wants to stay.
Okay. So, Sister Greta starts kind of ushering Sierra, Lunabelle, and Ruby Eye towards the door. We'll make sure that she's as comfortable as she can be. It's obvious that something's going on. It was kind of all of you to bring her here as opposed to just, ending things for her. I suppose Walker and Anna will stay, but the rest of you need to clear out.
Fine with me. And I'm
No
looking
problem.
on out the door.
I could use a snack and a sleep.
Yep.
All right. Where do you three head?
To the snack sleep emporium.
So you don't have a lot of options for food right now. As you can see, there are people coming out of the train, and a lot of the cars have had at least minor damage to them in the form of heavy iron arrows firing through the side, and then the dining car was impacted by the mammoth slamming into it.
Is our sleeper car okay?
Your sleeper car is pretty good. It has a few more tiny arrow hole windows, but it's in okay shape. There's also the commissary, which you guys have never visited before, that might have some snacks.
Handy? I'm going straight there.
Sure, let's go to the commissary.
All right.
I mean, I'm going to go to the commissary. You guys are welcome to join me.
too. I want candy.
So you get to the commissary, and it seems in pretty good shape. It mostly has simple kind of equipment available for sale. Like spikes for climbing mountain, like to help climb things, some rope. It has a couple of racks that have dried fruit in little bundles. There's a couple of different cheeses that have been wrapped up, and even a little bag of cheese curds, and then basically like trail mix and stuff type things. Just very simple snacks. You hear a voice, but you don't see anybody, and the voice says, "Hello?"
Hello?
Hello?
Is the threat gone?
For now?
Yep.
Right, so you want to buy something?
Yes, please.
Good. And he hops up this little creature hops up onto a stool. It had like a book. It has like a book over its head that as he gets up onto the chair, he puts down in front of him like a sales ledger. And there is a blue, very elderly kobold that that is sitting behind the counter. I don't believe I've seen you before.
No, this is our first visit to the commissary. What's your name? This is I'm Ruby Eye.
Oh, they call me Mr. Potts.
Hi, Mr. Potts.
Well, nice to meet you, Ruby Eye. What can I interest you in?
Something with lots of nuts.
I can provide that. We've got
Can we do that?
excellent trail mixes that should
Excellent.
reinvigorate you for your day ahead.
Wonderful.
Half-pound
So-
bag, 1 pound, or do you want a custom order? I can do a 5-pound if you need.
I think 5 would be a great start. Pretty
All right.
hungry, and it never hurts to have trail mix.
It's true. It'll outlive you probably. And he reaches and grabs a bag and then scoops from a large barrel behind the counter and fills up a big 5-pound bag and puts it on. That's 5 silver pieces, please.
I can do that. And I'll say, well, yeah, you know what? I'll do 5.
All
I'll
right.
do 5. I'm bad at haggling,
Um,
so
And you two, can I interest you in anything?
Quite all right, sir. And I'll just tip my hat.
Candy.
Oh, I don't know what I've got here. Let me look. And he hops down. You can hear him rummaging in behind. Back in the chapel car, Sister Greta seems to be casting a few kind of detect magic and that kind of stuff of her own, and says, I think she's fallen under a very powerful curse. That's the only explanation for this. It's not easy to charm an elf, so I don't think that's strictly what's going on. This is dark magics indeed. I don't know how it was administered or what words were said to make her. You say she turns to Anna. You say she saw you as bugs.
Yeah, like an insect with mandibles, and she's really scared.
But and she turns to Walker and says, "You said she saw a glimpse of her true self briefly."
Yeah, I learned a little bit about protecting from evil, and when I did that, she came to for a bit, and looking in her eyes, we could see something in there, something messing with her head, and she came to and she saw us for a moment, and she didn't remember nothing. She didn't remember how she got here. She didn't remember attacking us. She never would have done that, I don't think. But she remembered a man in a cloak coming to her village, talking to them about a threat, and next she remembered us being here.
Well, unfortunately, I think the spell that I need to perform is a little beyond my ken, but we do have a stock of scrolls that we save for special occasions, important things. I can go through them and see what I have, but we'll have to get permission from the powers that be to use city supplies to heal her. We need to keep her comfortable. I can't imagine we'll get to this until tomorrow morning.
Okay, who do we need the permission from?
Oh, I suppose we'd need to talk to Wendell. But I mean, I can only imagine he's going to be incredibly busy with, just damage control. We can talk to him. Or if you want to go talk to him, I'll try and keep her safe for now. Astrid safe. But I can't imagine the wheels of bureaucracy moving super quickly today.
So is the best we can hope for is like talking to him tomorrow?
You can start the ball rolling on him filling out the paperwork or whatever needs to be done, but I don't imagine he'll get to it until tomorrow morning.
Okay. I kind of look at Walker. And what do you think we should do?
If it was one of you, if it was one of the Progress passengers or crew, then I could probably use the scroll now and ask forgiveness after, but this is a person who's attacked the train, so you have to imagine, unfortunately, we treat this as treat her as a threat until otherwise proven, so I have to go through the proper channels.
Where do they keep these scrolls?
Where do they keep the scrolls? Is what you asked?
Yeah.
She gestures over to a chest that's double padlocked. I have the key, of course, but it's not complicated. I just can't imagine he'll take the time until tomorrow morning.
All right. Well, Anna's mostly hesitant because she doesn't want to leave Astrid alone in case she wakes up, but she also really wants to try to get help.
Well, you are welcome to stay. It's up to you.
Anna writes out like phonetically in Elvish, like a little message for Sister Greta to say if Astrid wakes up while I'm gone.
Yep.
Just saying like Anna will be right back. She hasn't left or forgotten about you.
Okay.
And like yeah, it's written out really like phonetically and basic, so Sister Greta will be able to say it.
All right. You are heading to find Wendell?
Yeah.
All right.
I think Walker would stop Anna for a second and say, Anna, I'm really sorry if I upset you when I knocked her out. I didn't want to see her like that, and I don't feel like these folk were moving fast enough. I'm sorry for speaking over you and doing that. I think I might stay here with her. I think you might be better at talking to people than me, if that's all right with you.
All right, and you had the right idea. It would have taken a long time to get something to calm her down and put her to sleep. So I can't fault you for that.
Thanks.
She's as okay as she'll be right now. I'm glad you're staying with her.
Thanks. I think right now I'm a little upset, and if we go talk to this fella and he told us no, I think I might pull a dagger on him too. So I think it might be best if I just stay here.
I mean, I have daggers, I have guns. They say no, they're gonna have to have a little more intense conversation with me. We'll get her help.
Good to hear.
Sister Greta is sort of trying not to pay attention to this conversation and has put some kind of kind of a cheesecloth type thing that's soaked in something on Astrid's forehead, and she says, Wendell's a good man, and as long as we follow the rules, he'll, especially if we get answers about what's happened here, then I think he'll be copacetic to allowing us to use the scroll. But I think there's been enough violence for today, so maybe
well, if Wendell's as reasonable as you say he is.
Maybe, Anna, don't take your guns to town, as they say.
I'm just taking them down a couple cars.
You know what I mean.
Wendell.
You know what I mean.
And I just kind of like does the cheeky little grin, and then I leave.
To the audience at home.
Well, to Sister Greta, like Anna knows exactly what Sister Greta is saying,
Right.
but
but is not paying attention to it.
yeah, Anna's gonna do what Anna's gonna do.
Back at the commissary, Mr. Potts has hopped up again, and he puts on the table a little bag that's got mostly like candy crumbs in it, but there are 3 mints at the bottom with a green peppermint swirl in them. This is all I have to offer.
Are you able to order more stuff that will meet us out here?
Oh, no, I'm gonna have to depend on foraging or running across a town, that might be able to resupply us.
Okay, I'll buy these, and I'll also buy all the dried strawberries and pineapples you have, whatever the D&D equivalent is.
We do have dried berries. I can do that for you. I'm not familiar with the pineapple, but I can definitely we can definitely do a berry blend.
Perfect. I'm gonna buy a bunch of those, and then I'm gonna see if I can make candy.
1 pound, 2 pounds.
5 pounds.
Oh, all right. If you do make any candies, I'll buy them from you wholesale.
All right.
I won't charge you for the mints.
I
mean, they're from my pocket, so.
I sort of got the feeling.
So that's five silver pieces for you.
Ooh, do you have any mint leaves?
No. You might want to talk to the kitchen about that.
Okay, here's 5 silver.
All right. Enjoy them.
Thanks. I'll be back when I make candy.
My wife makes delicious candies.
Where's she?
Oh, I went to town. We used to live out in the woods together. I went to town to open a franchise, and well, it didn't work out so great, but I found an opportunity on the train, and so business has picked up. It's picked up. I do miss her so, Mrs. Potts. I do. So I hope to see her again.
I'm sorry, Mr.
Sorry, old man rambling in your ear.
It's okay,
You're
you
just
can
here
eat
for
my
the dried
hanky.
berries. I appreciate your business. Sorry, what's your name, Miss?
Lunabelle.
Lunabelle, Mr. Potts. Pleasure to meet you.
You too.
Come back with those Oops, sorry, Lunabelle.
No, I was just saying I'll come back with candy and share some with you, but I really need to go to bed because fighting those guys was really, really tiring.
Well, then I won't keep you any longer.
Thanks, Mr. Potts. Good luck with your wife and the train.
Thank you. Thanks for letting me know letting me know the all clear.
Hey, no problem.
I think I'm going to close up shop and see if I can help.
It's a good idea.
He climbs through a little cubby underneath the counter, and there's like basically like a dog door that he comes through, cobalt door, and comes out with you. He has like a knobbly cane and a crazy hunch to his back. I don't know if I can do any lifting, but moral support anyway. And he walks out with you.
I'm also going to walk out because I'm going to go grab a nap.
Okay.
Nap time. Time to wash the blood off my face is also a good time.
Yeah, Sierra, you're not looking so great.
I look at
Kind of like covered in goopy, gross stuff.
So on your way back to the sleeper cars, you see Nigel coming up to you, to the 3 of you, and he's got boots on with his dress pants tucked into them, and he comes over to you, and Sierra, he walks right up to you, and he says, I won't be forgetting what you did. You saved me back there.
just wasn't right. Like really uncomfortable with this guy. Just like doesn't trust him really.
Don't
But-
worry, Nigel. It was mostly me. Sierra's just covered in goop because she's kind of messy, but I'll protect you.
I'm feeling plenty safe now. I just, if I can, I'm going to pin medals on all of you. I saw what you did. We got attacked by those savages.
Oh, I think they were under a bit of duress, as you'll find.
I don't understand.
I don't think they were attacking us of their own accord.
Yeah, they've got purple goop in their brain and in their eyeballs, and it makes them think that we're evil. So we're going to teach them that we're not evil and get the purple goop out and help them. But you're totally right. It was kind of scary for a bit there before we knew what was going on.
I firmly believe a person makes their own decisions even under duress, so...
Oh, Nigel, don't be like that. You know what, Nigel, we all just need a really long nap, and then we'll have a good long chat about free will and stuff later. But right now I'm so tired, and I've got like one good fireball left in me, and it might just shoot out if I'm not, like paying really good attention. So I'm going to go to sleep, and you're going to have a good long think about how magic works.
Give me an intimidation check with advantage.
Can I back her up though? Like I'm also like nodding and
Yeah.
like.
The whole
Sure.
situation is,
Pardon?
I got a 17.
Nigel says, now, Lunabelle, I'm not interested in starting a fight, obviously. Maybe I misunderstand the situation, and you've all deserved your rest, for sure. And thanks for the tip about the boots. And he, like, lifts his foot up and, like, backs away and starts heading towards the front of the train. Where on the wind, you can hear Walter swearing in Dwarven, surveying the damage. You all, are you all going back to sleep? Going to take a rest? Is that what's happening? It's about midday now, so, or it's about, 2 in the afternoon, 3 in the afternoon.
Short rest.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do a short rest.
Okay. During the rest, Sierra, you have a vivid dream of home. It's not the burnt out hovel that it is now, but it's what it was in its heyday. Animals running around, and your grandmother is sitting in the rocking chair, tossing some seed to some ravens that have landed on the railing around the porch on the front. And you look down and you see her hands, and they're younger looking. They're not as weather worn and from travel and horse rope and all this kind of thing. And she beckons you over in the dream.
Do I come? Do I have to choose to come forward in a dream? Do I have?
Yeah, you've got control of your actions.
Okay, I'm gonna go forward.
Hello, honey.
Ma, Grandma.
How you doing?
Oh, this is too hard. It's just too hard.
There is nothing too hard for you, Sierra. Nothing. Maybe you had a bad day, maybe you had a bad string of days. But you've got some allies now, I see.
Why did you have to go?
I had to make the decision I made to save you. And I'm still here. Watching.
I don't know how much longer I can do this.
Well, I think, he lets me stay here, you know. He lets me stay in this vision of our farm back when it was, in better days. I think he thinks Oh, the daughter and old fool, they'll just forget that they're trapped in a dream. But I haven't forgotten. And I'm just as strong as I was. I think I'm gonna send something your way. Something to help you out.
She just grabs her hand, like holds her hands and cries a little bit.
Ah, Sierra, now don't do that. You have to be strong. We're gonna get that fucker. It's the last thing we do. If we burn up in flames, then he burns with us.
Tip my hat at my grandma.
Now, don't be afraid to enlist your friends. I've been watching them. That little one, Lunabelle, she seems wise despite her stature, and I think she would help if she understood. She looked right through me. She could see me.
Well, she had magic glasses on.
Well, I don't know from magic glasses, but I saw kindness in her. And I think you could use a little kindness.
Kindness isn't always to be trusted.
But sometimes it's what we need, Sierra. Well, I'll be sending my own kind of kindness your way when you wake up. Rest up. We've got a man to hunt.
That we do.
The rest, your 1 hour rest comes to an end. And Sierra, you had like one hand under your pillow as you slept, and there's cold metal under it now.
Oh no. Let's take it out now.
Yeah.
See what it is.
It resembles one of Anna's strange weapons, but it's bigger. The handle is a lot heavier. The barrel is a lot longer. And it's got a name inscribed in the pommel of it, and it says Mad Granny.
Oh shit.
Now, in your head, you hear a voice that's your granny and says, "Now you can kill him with kindness."
Shouldn't you have named it kindness then?
Granny will send the kindness their way. And I think that's where we will leave our game for now. So if you guys want to quickly, if you haven't already done your short rests, just so that you're updated in whatever things you're using to keep track of things. And yeah, we're going to end episode 10 here. We went a little longer because we had a bit of a late start. Thank you to everyone who's been watching. My internet stabilized, so I don't know what end it was on. Maybe Twitch, maybe me, but hopefully next week we won't, or next time I do a show from here, we won't have that kind of problem. If you enjoyed the show, please drop a little tip in our tip jar. We will be putting that towards all kinds of fun things for the channel. And again, thank you to my amazing players for taking the time out of their busy Saturdays to come play. We will be back with Progress in 2 weeks, which is a day that is the 3rd of October. But there is Cold Iron every weekend, so you can check out Cold Iron on Saturday. Alicia and the Winter Oak crew will be back, so tune in, check them out, and yeah, we'll see you again in 2 weeks. Thank you for watching. Bye.
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 Bye.